No, listen. No, you're not listening. I said in school, they're supposed to have order, right?
No, they don't.
No, they don't, right? So they don't have order. What happened to the children? Where they go? They go in detention to get kicked out of class, right?
Well, that's the point of view for Black and Hispanic people.
No, that's anybody. That's anybody when you go to school. Up here, anybody disrespectful, no matter what color, race, disrespectful, you send them on their way. We ain't gonna try to play games. Yeah, get that.
The system.
Because you keep talking about because they're young. Let's get that. It's like you're making excuses. You can't make excuses. Yeah.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 3. And he said unto me, son of man.
But he said to me, son of man, Ezekiel, read.
I send thee to the children of Israel.
I send thee to the children of Israel, read.
To a rebellious nation.
To Israel, a rebellious nation. Our people are rebellious. From the young to the old, read.
That have rebelled against me.
That have rebelled against who?
Against me.
They have rebelled against me. Read.
They and their fathers.
They what?
They and their fathers.
I know that already.
Keep it in, I can read.
Have transgressed against me.
They and their father have transgressed against me. Read.
Yes,
even unto this very day.
Even until this very day. So what's going on back then? It's going on today. Read.
But they are impudent children.
For what?
Impudent children.
But they are impudent children. I'm talking, sis. Yeah, read.
Like to talk.
For they,
I mean, see, that's the problem.
I'm meaning of
That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah, read.
No.
For they are impudent children.
But they are impudent children, disrespectful children, read.
And stiff-hearted.
And stiff-hearted. They don't want to learn. They want to come and make silly remarks. That's all they want to do. He asked the man a question. He said, oh, you want to be for real or you want to be a clown? That's what he asked the man. And the man didn't like that question. Sometimes it's not what you like all the time. Yeah, read.
Well, it's start from home, right?
I do send thee unto them.
I do send thee into what?
Unto them.
I do send thee unto them, read.
And thou shalt say unto them.
And thou shalt say unto them, read.
Thus saith the Lord power.
Read on.
And they, whether they will hear.
Whether they will hear.
Or whether they will forbear.
Or whether they will forbear, read.
For they are a rebellious house.
Oh, they are a rebellious house, read.
Yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
Read on, keep reading.
And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them.
Listen,
so be not afraid of them, read.
Neither be afraid of their warriors.
Do not be afraid of the warriors, read.
Though briars and thorns be with thee.
I know that already.
And you know everything already.
And thou dost dwell among
the
Muslims.
Be not afraid of their words.
Read on.
Nor be dismayed at their look.
Read on.
Though they be a rebellious house.
Now they are a rebellious house. Yeah? Our people are rebellious, man. They're supposed to listen to the word, but they talking. I don't get it. Yeah, read.
And thou shalt speak my words unto them.
Thou shalt speak my words unto them, read.
Whether they will hear.
Whether they will hear.
Or whether they will forbear.
Or whether they forbear, read.
For they are most rebellious.
That they are most rebellious, read.
But thou, son of man,
read on.
Hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house.
Be not rebellious like that rebellious house. Meaning, don't be like these rebellious people, read.
Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee.
Read on.
And when I looked, behold, and a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein.
Read on.
And he spread it before me.
Thank you.
And it was written within and without.
Read on.
And there was written therein lamentation,
read.
And mourning and woe.
Read on. You read on. No, the older and young. I'm gonna get that part.
Moreover, he said unto me, son of man.
Read on.
Eat that thou findest. Eat this. That's chapter 2.
No, but go to the part with the older and young. You know the older and young? Old or young, no? Yeah, just our people just don't want to listen. That's all it is. Yeah, so our people just don't want to listen. That's all it is. That's why our people gotta get dealt with. See, our people can't learn it. You know why? They're too busy running their mouth. Everything I know already. She know everything already. So if she know everything already, she should have known that scripture. She should have called it better than us. And that's another thing. You woman, you run your mouth too much. That's why a lot of you ain't got no man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you need, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of you women, a lot of you need lifetime of psychiatrists. That's what you need. Because a lot of you are wicked as hell, you don't want to listen, but you don't respect us, but you respect the white man. You respect the white man. That's the problem. You're supposed to have respect, period, for all people. When somebody tell you, you're supposed to listen. You're supposed to say, I know already, I know already, I know already. I mean, what type of attitude is that? Yes, right, that's the one, yeah. Yeah, get that, let's get that, yeah. So let's see if the Most High is going to show pity because they're young. But since you know everything, I know.
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse.
Whatever you want to start.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
He said, go through the midst of the city and do what?
Through the midst of Jerusalem.
Read on.
And set a mark upon the forehead.
Set a mark upon the forehead that what?
Of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Read on.
And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him to the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare.
So let not your eyes spare, read.
Neither have ye pity.
Neither have ye pity, read.
Slay utterly old.
Slay utterly old and what?
And young.
And young. So don't care how young you are. It says slay utterly old and young, read.
Both maids.
Both what?
Maids.
Both maids and what?
And little children.
And little children, read.
And women.
And what?
And women.
And women. You ain't getting off the hook either. You women, a lot of you women are going to be killed. Read.
But come not near any man.
But come not any man.
Upon whom is the mark.
Read. No, hold on.
Sorry.
Get to that in. Read.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And begin at my sanctuary.
And begin at my sanctuary.
Then they that begin at the ancient men were before the house.
You know?
And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the court with the slain. Go ye forth. They went forth and slew in the city.
So therefore, he's going to slay utterly old and young. So a lot of our people, old, young, and women, are going to get killed in that day. The Most High is not going to spare. Okay? That's how it's going to go down. The Most High doesn't care your age. He doesn't care you have a disability. You're rebellious, you're going to get killed. You disrespect the word of the Lord, you're going to get killed. You're making fun of the prophets and the teachings of the Most High, guess what? You're going to get killed. If our people get out of line and be rebellious, they're going to get killed. That's how it's going down. So it doesn't matter if he's young. He could get killed too. Right. See, that brother, he don't want to learn. He just want to make mockery. The man asks him a question and the man getting upset. But you see how people is? When the cave dwellers, when they ask our people questions, we answer the question. But when our own people, we ask your question, we're disrespectful. How are we disrespectful and we ask the same question as the cave dwellers do? Read.
The book of 2 Chronicles 36 and 16.
Very good.
But they mock the messengers of God.
But they what?
Mock the messengers of God.
But they mock the messengers of God, our people. You so-called blacks and Hispanics, Native Assembly Indians, you mock the messengers of God, right?
And despise his word.
And what?
And despise his word.
And a lot of our people despise his word. How they do that? By making fun of us. By talking when we're talking. By saying things, oh, I know already. You know everything already. So since you know everything, when Christ coming back, since you know so much, tell us that answer. You ain't got that answer, but you know everything. Yeah, read.
And misuse his prophet.
And what?
And misuse his prophet.
And misuse his prophets. Read.
Until the wrath of the Lord.
Until the wrath of the who?
Of the Lord.
Until the wrath of the Lord. Read.
Arose against his people.
Against what? Everybody?
Against his people.
Until the wrath of the Lord rose up against his people. So therefore, our people are going to get killed when the time comes. Remember, everybody has their time. So you gonna come in next week, or until you die and disrespect, guess what? The Most High got something waiting for you. And it's called destruction and death. That's what it's called. Okay, read.
Till there was no remedy.
So what?
Till there was no remedy.
Till there was no remedy. Till there was no end. Read.
Therefore he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees,
Right?
who slew their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon young men or maidens, old men, or him that slew.
You want to keep going?
Right.
Hey.
So that's very clear. After a while, in other words, time gonna be shut. Most I'm gonna close the doors, and then the judgment gonna come. It's gonna come. Lord don't care if you're young or old. Most High, give me Revelation 21 today. The Most High gonna bring that judgment.
Close, brother.
And a lot of people can't see. They can't see what this is the truth because it's spiritual. It's not meant for everybody. But we don't care. We've been doing this a while. We know that some people they're gonna reject the word of the Most High because they're comfortable in it. They're comfortable with holes running back and forth, drugs being sold and used, broken down homes and families. They're comfortable with that. Let's see that real quick.
Revelation 21 and 8.
Come on.
But the fearful and unbelieving
See that?
and the abominable,
The fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable. Who's the abominable? Those who eat swine flesh, mice, those who are into homosexuality or being a lesbian, and those who are the unbelievers. Reading it from the beginning?
but the fearful
Come on.
and unbelieving
Come on.
and the abominable
Come on.
and murderers
And the murderers. You got a lot of murderers. The rap music produces murderers. It's cool to murder and kill. Now nobody respects life. But there's going to be a judgment for the youth who are the murderers. That's what the Most High is talking about. And the murderers, come on.
and the whoremongers
And the whoremongers, the men who want to sleep around, the rap music and the R&B producers that too. Whoremongers. A whoremonger is someone who goes from woman to woman. There's a judgment on that too. But the young brothers, they think that's a form of manhood or that's a badge of honor. But the Lord said the whoremongers, come on,
and sorcerers
and sorcerers, those who are into witchcraft. You know, a lot of the so-called Spanish, who are our people, by the way, they're into witchcraft. A lot of the so-called Haitians, they're into witchcraft. That's why the Most High is devastating all these islands with storms. Because the Most High sees the witchcraft and different wicked practices that they are indulging in the islands. And here, some people trust and believe in the soothsayers and tarot cards more than the Most High. So what's going to happen? They're going to be judged. I don't know how you're going to go into some tarot cards. And guess what? There's power on that side. There's power on that side, but it comes from the devil. The devil gives power, but it's only temporary. The Most High, he lets the devil do what he does. You understand? The devil's just an angel, just like any other angel, but a more powerful angel. That's in the minds of our people, named the white man. He's the physical arm of the devil. Come on.
and idolatry.
And idolatry, those who are into idolatry, like he brought up Islam. What about Islam? That's idolatry. How you gonna walk around the Kaaba and worship a rock and don't know it's a rock? That's idolatry. And this is idolatry, the white Jesus. We ain't supposed to deal with this. Come on. Right.
And all liars.
And all lies. You got a lot of liars out here. The white man's a liar. Some white people are liars too. Come on.
Shall have their part.
Shall what?
Have their part.
Shall have a part. Like in a show, you have your part in that show. If you're a thief with other brothers who are thieves, you are part of that crew of thieves. The Lord said they shall have their part. Come on.
In the lake which burneth with fire and
That
brimstone.
lake is America and various parts of the earth. This whole place is going to be roasted when you read the Bible. Babylon the Great going forth. Shall have their what? We got to get them?
Shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
Which is the second death. So we know the second death is coming. Drop that, go to 2 Corinthians 5 and 9. We know the terror of the Most High. We know the second death of the Most High. You understand? We don't want to be a part of that. But we know also from reading the Bible, 2/3 of our people are not going to wake up to the Bible. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual message. 2/3 are going to love the white man. They're going to love America. They're going to love the lies. 2/3 are going to love being a whore or a liar or it's a sorcery like we just read. We know that from reading the Bible. So we're not surprised. We're not surprised when it happens 5 and 9. We're not surprised when that happens. You understand? Because we're educated in the Most High to know how to keep going and pressing on to the higher mark, like Paul said. Read that real quick.
2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 9.
Come on.
Wherefore we labor that whether present or absent.
See, we laboring now. We labor in the spirit of the Most High. Whether the Most High is present or absent. Whether spiritual men are present or absent, we labor in the Most High. Wherefore we labor,
we may be accepted of him.
that we may be accepted of who? Christ, not this devil. This is the devil. You got people in the church that say, fill the church and think we're going to be accepted of this. But we labor that we may be accepted of Christ. We call him Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. You understand? But we labor. You understand? And we labor because we respect and fear the Most High. We know that Christ is the true and living God, and Christ is real. We know that's real. And it's a judgment for being disobedient to him. One more time from the beginning.
2 Corinthians 5, verse 9.
Come on.
Wherefore we labor that whether present or absent,
Right.
we may be accepted of him.
Come on.
For we must all appear.
We must what?
All
We
appear
must all appear, even the devil white man. But we must all appear, come on,
before the judgment seat
Right.
of Christ.
right?
That everyone
That everyone, me, you, no matter who it is, that everyone, come on,
may receive things done in his body according to that he had done.
right. In other words, you're going to be judged for your deeds, what you've done on this earth. It's still time. Drop that, go to Matthew 24:10. It's still time to repent. It's still time to come back to Christ. It's still time to come back to the commandments that's written in the Bible. But you going to have young knuckleheads that ain't going to see that, right? They ain't going to see that. You understand? Because they've been groomed to be in that stupid mind frame. Their parents are in that same stupid mind frame. That's why the Lord said in Judgment Day, one shall be taken, one shall be left. You might be taken and your brother might be left. Your sister might be taken and you might be left. The Most High is picking and choosing who he going to take based on your deeds on this earth. Read that real quick.
Matthew 24:10.
Come on.
And then shall many be offended.
The Lord said, then shall many be offended. What are they offended at? The word. Because the Bible cramps their lifestyle. We're telling them you can't smoke anymore. We're telling them you can't get high anymore. We're telling the black woman to put clothes on her body. We're telling the Hispanic woman stop eating pork. We're telling them to submit to what the Bible's saying and live a righteous lifestyle. Read it again.
Matthew 24:10.
Come on.
And then shall many be
So
offended,
the Lord said many going to be offended because of what we're telling them. Come on.
and shall betray one
And
another.
we see that. And shall betray one another. You can't trust brothers and sisters out here. Hold that, go to Jeremiah 9:4, but hold that. You can't trust brothers out here now, especially they ain't in the Bible. Because the devil is running rampant in brothers' minds, meaning in their spirit. That's the world we live in now. People trust in the devil more than the Most High. They trust in the physical more than the spiritual. So we know that, again, from reading the Bible. Understand? Because the Lord said, many shall be offended. Jeremiah 9:4. Okay? Let me show you something real quick. So the Bible, that's the key. That's the key to life. That's the manual you're supposed to follow in your day-to-day travels while you're here on this earth. You understand? That's what you're supposed to teach your children. If you have a wife or a girl, which will be a wife, you're supposed to teach you the same thing. You ain't been taught that, so they savage now. When I put on Facebook or YouTube, you see these women like fight like men. Then the regular women that walk up and down the street, a lot of them look like transvestite men. That's how rough the women look now. Yeah, you don't know what's what. I was in Atlanta. I was scared to talk to the women out there. I said, that might be a man. You know? I'm telling you, brother, it's bad out here. And a lot of people, they sleeping on us. It's like it's nothing to them. I was talking a little while ago to a white man. He know what time it is. He said, what I'm going to do, man? He said, I don't want to be with nothing. If I get with something, they're going to want me for alimony down the line. If I get with something and I get her pregnant, I'm going to be paying child support. He said, I'm just going to back off. And that's how it is now, man. You got a woman, you lucky if she's halfway in the Bible. But that's how it is, brother. Read that real quick. I think that's it.
Jeremiah 9:4.
Come on.
Take ye heed every one of his neighbors.
Your neighbor is your brother or your sister. The Lord said, take ye heed every one of his neighbor. Come on.
And trust ye not in any brother.
And trust ye not in any brother. Because we live in a devilish world. We live in a wicked, devilish world, brother. This is how it is. This is how it's going down now. And the Most High, every couple of weeks, it seems like he's turning up the flame. The days are going faster, and people are getting crazier now. We going into winter already. I don't even remember summer. I don't even remember. The Most High said we're going to speed up the time. And it's going like that, man. Before you know, it's going to be summer again. Read it again for me.
Jeremiah 9:4. Take ye heed every one his neighbor.
Come on.
And trust ye not in any brother.
And trust ye not in any brother. Come on.
For every brother
Yeah, for every brother. Come on.
will utterly supplant.
Come on.
And every neighbor will walk with slander.
And you got that now. You can't trust nobody. They're going to supplant, meaning they're going to scheme, and they're going to try to get you in, get in your pockets, or they're going to slander your name. Come on.
Verse 5. And they will deceive everyone his neighbor.
Right? Come on.
And will not speak the truth.
And will not speak the truth. That's where we're at now. Go back to the New Testament. Matthew 24:10. And will not speak the truth. They're going to slander, steal, manipulate, whatever they're going to do, they're going to do this to get over them. That's why it's best to live in the Bible, man. Live a simple lifestyle. You drink, go home and drink. Watch TV. Get off the streets as much as possible. Because this is what we're surrounded by. Let's go to run out. You know? What you gonna say?
Yeah, and they do that a lot on social media. A lot of that stuff is live. They'll tell lots about women and close friends. And then you always hear them say, man, I didn't know they was like that. Man, I'm looking here. I didn't know they was like that.
That's how it is, man. That's the world we live in, man. You know, that's why, you know, as I get older, man, I see, man, you know, I don't even use energy to argue with people like I used to when I was young. I see they crazy as hell, and I'm getting wiser as time goes on, and I'm more in the Bible as I go on. You understand? Because it's getting crazy. Read what you got there.
Matthew 24:10.
Come on.
And then shall many be offended.
The Lord said many gonna be offended. Come on.
And shall betray one another.
Come on.
And shall hate one another.
Come on.
And many false prophets shall rise.
And what?
Many false prophets shall rise.
We got that now. You got a lot of false prophets coming out of the woodwork. But a lot of the young brothers and sisters, they ain't going to the church like before. They saying it's all emotional and they ain't doing nothing for them. It's just about getting their money. So the Lord said many false prophets shall arise. People are looking for comfort and hope and meaning to life. You ain't getting that from the churches. The churches is connected with the system. But the hardcore rugged brothers in spirit that's out here on the corners, they keeping it real. The grassroots brothers, they know what's happening out here. They know not to vote. But the churches, they're going to tell you to vote, some churches. They know not to celebrate the holidays. The church is going to tell you to celebrate the holidays. They know not to eat pork, shrimp, and lobster. Those things are scavengers and bad for you. But the church is going to teach that God sanctified meat. You can eat it. Yeah, they cook it sometimes. Halloween parties in the basement of the church. How you want to have that? That's complete wicked. that's evident. But you gonna have brothers, they gonna be into that. Understand? Read it again from here.
Matthew 24:11. And many false prophets shall rise. And shall deceive many.
You shall deceive many. Come on.
And because iniquity shall abound.
You know what iniquity is? Sin. And abound means to grow. And that's what we see. The women are getting naked more and more every day. More and more every day. And just have loose sex. Sex is nothing now. Sex is like drinking water.